All right, welcome back to the Good Times Podcast. With me, I got...
This is an In the Loop production at the Good Time Podcast.
We got Mr. Sam.
Oh, this is Sam, yes.
My name's Sam.
We got Dez.
So I just kind of wanted to start off and kind of just ask you how the start of In the Loop production.
Damn, we're just getting right into it, man.
Get right into
Holy shit, we didn't even get no hi. No, how you doing? You just... You Who are you? What are you doing here? No, before we get started, I got a gift for you, man.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, I brought you a gift.
Nice. Let's see what it is.
I got you, man. I figured, oh shit. Yeah, does this have a lock on it? I feel like I'm a little kid. No, I'm just kidding. Here, man, I got you a shirt.
Oh, shit.
From Goodwill. It's a dope ass shirt.
Let's see.
You go thrifting?
Oh, that's what's up. Got a Bob's Burgers shirt. This is a movies and TV show podcast, so this is greatly appreciated.
Oh, is it? Oh, sweet, man.
Oh yeah,
Love
I'm a big movie guy.
See, God knew what he was doing, man.
Yeah, I appreciate
No, for real, man. It was, don't thank me, man. I mean, I appreciate the thing, but it was like a spirit move. It was like God said, pick this up and take it to him. So I'm like, okay, let's see what's up.
Amen, brother. Amen.
No, truly, man.
Yeah, thank you too for y'all showing up, showing love. But yeah, we can go ahead and roll into it. So we'll kind of just talk about how your podcast started, season 1, and the goal kind of behind the podcast and starting up In the Loop Productions.
Yeah, that's probably a lot to talk about. In the Loop started in January of 2020.
Okay.
So I'm guessing even inside in space right here, you're having conversations and just getting to know people and
yeah, for sure.
Other things like that. Cool, man. Yeah, so I am from the area. I worked at a youth outreach program.
Okay.
It's probably 7-8 years ago. And at that time, it was at an at-risk youth outreach program, as they say. So I met a lot of young artists, I would say, that felt crippled by their environments.
You mean environment kind of like Midland's environment?
Yeah, several layers. So Midland for sure, but then also being in poverty, right? Like, how do you create something out of poverty when you have nothing?
Okay, I understand.
So it's you could have the dreams and the goals, but then you go back to reality and you're like, you can't help but let it filter the way you approach life, if that makes sense, right?
Yeah, that makes sense 100%.
So I met a lot of young men and women and a lot of young artists, and I naturally am a problem solver. So I looked at this as how can we present, I guess not an event, but what can we do to keep these types of young men and women engaged in the community and have hope for what they're trying to create, so that they don't go fuck up their lives.
Okay.
So it was an idea to redirect that youth's energy into something else, because every weekend or every week when I would get back or from the weekend, do you know how many stories I heard from these young men and women about how many cars they broke into, how many homes they raided and had, parties, how many people they robbed, how much, and I'm like, what the this is going on right now, on the weekend in Midland, like, why, is kind of the idea. So anyway, it was an idea for several years. I didn't really have the platform, the literal platform, physical location, let alone a digital platform to do this, and whatever this was, I hadn't quite put the flesh on the bones, I guess. So in January 2020, I got news of one of those young men getting shot and killed. Wow. And it was something's got to be done right now type of moment. I'm like, I can't let this happen again. Because he was an up-and-coming rap artist, and he probably had 3 tracks, uploaded. I thought he was really good. I felt like it would be promising if he had the right direction, right management. So it was just unfortunate that he was born where he was born. So I'm like, but if he would have had something to say I'm not going to do this because tomorrow I got to go to this event, and this event can change my life. Does that make sense?
No, yeah, that makes sense 100%. And you really started it from a good ground and a good belief, not just doing it for yourself, not doing it for...
No, definitely not, man.
Doing it for other people and doing it for the community. So
yeah,
that's a really good way to look at it. So
yes, sir.
we can go into, Des, this is your first time as a co-host in season 3?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm going to open this.
Well, I was, I think on the last episode of the last season.
Yeah, the last season you did it once. Yeah.
I was just supposed to watch, and my dad put me on the camera. But yeah, I was like so nervous and stuff. And that's why, like, if you watch it and you go back, I'm just sitting there like, how the fuck? And I'm just like, because then I was looking and I was like, is this camera on me? And then after he was like, oh shit, like I didn't know the camera was on you. And I was like, why the fuck would you do that, bro? I'm not ready. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm kind of scared and nervous, but I'm excited too, because.
Yeah, that's what's up. You enjoying doing the podcast so far?
Yeah, I am. So far, yeah, because I feel like I meet a lot of people, and I like how I look in the camera.
Okay. So I kind of wanted to ask both of y'all. We'll start off with you, Sam. What podcast do you draw inspiration from?
Oh, man, there's quite a few of them. Right now, I'm keeping up with, like, what's going on in Southern California, I guess. Figmunity and Blasey and those guys. I don't know if you follow them, but it's Community Clips is another one. They were on the Adam 22, the No Jumper show.
Okay.
And they are I guess a branch, or they had their fallout at the beginning of the year, and they had these other podcast channels, I guess. So I've been following them, but that's pretty much. I don't really. Look at the normal stuff. Like I'll watch Aubrey Marcus because I'm into spiritual stuff. So
okay.
I've done ayahuasca and DMT, things like that. So I watch him.
Oh,
I like Joe Rogan.
DMT?
Yes, sir.
That's pretty cool. Oh,
yeah,
you're a Joe Rogan guy?
Oh yeah, man. Hell yeah.
Nice.
No, definitely. Jordan Peterson.
Okay, cool. What about you, Des? What podcast do you draw inspiration from?
I don't really watch podcasts, but honestly, I did start watching. Have you watched the Little Yachty one?
Oh yeah, I have watched the Little
last
Yachty
night
one.
I fell asleep to. You know who Caribou is? She's like a new artist in his people, I guess.
Okay.
But I was just watching them last night, and he's really like the first one that like I'm like interested in. I've heard about like Joe Rogan and Adam 22, but I don't really sit there and be like, oh, let me like watch them.
Well, like Bobby Altov right now. She's fucking hilarious. Did you watch her?
She kind of pisses me off a little bit.
Why, man?
Because, dude,
she's killing it.
One podcast in gets Drake.
Yeah.
I mean, do you think she's an industry plant?
Well, yeah. What is an industry plant to you?
Well, an industry plant would be somebody who's set up to succeed. Like, they saw her on TikTok, some higher up, and is like, we can turn you into a star.
Oh, yeah.
Let us give you the right management. Let us give you this and this.
Oh, yeah.
And get you Drake on your podcast, and it's going to blow up.
If that is, then good for her.
No, yeah,
like what the hell? What's wrong with? I always hear industry plan from negative connotation, and if that's what an industry plan is, great for them.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm trying to create industry plants then.
Yeah,
if you want to be an industry plant, I'll manage you. I'll put you in position. I'm telling you, that feels like a really good move. I don't know if she's an industry plant. I think she's very strategic. I don't think it's fell on her lap. I'm gonna say that.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, with the podcast, I like all the comedic podcasts. That's kind of where I draw my inspiration from.
Okay, Andrew Schultz.
Joe Rogan, Andrew Schultz. Guys like those. Big into comedy and all that. Okay. I like making people laugh. I'm
Sweet, man. I was going to ask you. Okay.
So I'm the guy to make a stupid fucking joke. I'm the kind of guy to... That's just my personality, so
like Theo Vaughn, Bobby Lee.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. I just seen one yesterday with Bobby Lee, and he was... It was Bobby Lee and Theo Vaughn, and he's like, you keep the Chinese bit.
Oh, yeah.
That's just funny as hell.
Oh, yeah, it is funny.
But what are you, Chinese? At the end, it's like... Dude, Theo Vaughn's funny as hell, man. I don't know if that's just who he genuinely is or if it's a character.
Yeah, I saw him. He came to Midland about 2 years ago. I saw him in person. He was nice. Great. So his opener, his name's Ari Smith, and I might get him on the podcast.
Oh, nice.
That'd be really cool to sit down and just... He has the same kind of sense of humor I have, the fucked up jokes.
Okay.
Like his opening joke was, I just found out my brother was gay, and it's not that big of a deal because he's not my fucking brother anymore.
What the fuck? That's fucked up.
So that's just kind of his sense of humor. But I think that stuff's funny, just the
I get you.
fucked up sense of humor jokes.
Okay.
So another thing to ask is, because I struggle with this as somebody who's just starting a podcast and posting on TikToks and Instagram, you always see the comments like, bro, not everybody should have a podcast, or the hate comments.
Wow. Yeah,
How do you respond to hate comments, and what's your mindset with all that?
Well, I don't, I've never gotten those. Those people are very cruel.
It's mainly the TikToks that...
Oh, yeah, TikToks?
Sometimes.
I don't feel like we have that many views on TikTok though right now.
Yeah, no, we're barely. Yeah, I'm barely.
At least on TikTok. Maybe like on Instagram. Then
I got more exposure on Instagram, but I haven't experienced that, my man, to really tell you.
Really?
I haven't experienced somebody's, I guess, critiquing.
You haven't experienced any kind of hate or whatsoever?
I mean, yeah, people talk shit within each other, but...
Yeah, I don't take it. No, the feedback that I've gotten, I will say this then. The feedback that I've gotten is people think that that it should be a different direction than what it is. That I should, directly speaking, that I should highlight other artists that I'm apparently not highlighting.
Okay.
Or I should interact and share more of other art. Like the feedback is that I'm really biased right now with my podcast.
Biased meaning how? Like, how are you biased?
So that there are certain artists that are being promoted more than most, which I really don't understand that critique. So it feels more like a personal attack, meaning they're projecting some type of insecurity.
Okay.
And it's my fault that they feel this way, I guess. So I'm just doing what I'm doing. And so the feedback is, I guess, telling me what I should do with my podcast.
Okay. Yeah, like the one comment I had gotten, it was on a NFL reaction video.
Okay.
My last podcast was during a Dolphins-Eagles game.
Okay, I saw that.
And it was something, the dude commented, not everybody should have a podcast. And it felt good. There was multiple people to comment at him, roasting him.
Oh, nice.
I go on the dude's Instagram page. He has an I Heart MILFs tattoo on his thigh, matching with 3 of his buddies.
Yeah, so...
You're a female, Des. How do you feel about that tattoo? Is that a little...
stupid.
It is stupid.
Yeah, it's fucking dumb. Why the fuck would you have that? I'd be like, don't wear shorts.
Yeah, that's why I don't...
Don't wear shorts.
That's why I don't really take them serious.
No, that's a good mindset with not taking them seriously.
No, man.
It's always the ones who have something about them, or they have low followers, or they're not, like... Because I don't know, whenever I watch people and they come at people, and the person that they came at, like, makes a video on them, they, like, roast them, because it's just, like, why are you someone... Why do you feel like you can say something, you, like, this is wrong with you, or looks funny, or shit like that? No?
Yeah, I have other, I guess, internal beliefs about that type of dynamic, so I try not to give it too much attention. It's lighthearted for me, so it's like, oh, that's cute, and then I just remove it from my bandwidth so it doesn't take up space.
Yeah, that's a good mindset.
And I definitely don't give reactions, like mention people or things like that, because I'm not giving them that much power, know. So I'm like
giving them what they want, kind of.
Yeah, so I'll like talk about it, be like, hey, look at this person. I'm like, oh, that's cute, and I'll just forget about it after that. Like I don't. Most of the time I delete it because I've gotten negative comments, but I'll just delete it. I don't even.
Yeah, and then too, I was just researching about it, and there's so many people are like, it just adds to the algorithm every time.
No, exactly.
Comments.
So keep commenting. Yeah, exactly.
Keep commenting, hate comments.
Yeah, thank you.
And then, so what advice would you give to somebody who's just starting out a podcast and who wants, or social media podcast and all that? What advice would you give to somebody barely starting out?
You got any advice?
What?
I don't know. In general, you're talking about like getting online in general?
Getting online,
podcast specifically.
Podcasts. So many people want to do podcasts, but there's also people who just want to do social media.
Well, see, that's what I was gonna say about. That's probably where that comment comes from. The sometimes the podcast is the first time that person is speaking that much. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, like for me, I've been speaking in front of people for 20 years.
Okay.
I used to do presentations in front of 20 to 30 people when I was 19 every week for like 4 years.
Okay.
So, and then when I worked for the youth outreach program, I spoke in front of 200 students every week. I've traveled and spoken in 26 different schools in 5 different counties, and it's going to attend, 5, 6, 7,000 students, so the advice I'd have is know who you are.
That's great advice.
That's
been kind of my number one goal is no matter what, I'm just going to stick to me. I'm going to be
myself.
Hell
yeah.
I'm not going to not be me on camera.
Yeah.
Because authenticity shows, I truly feel like. And at the end of the day, if anything is going to happen out of the podcast, it's going to be if you're your authentic self. It's not going to be if you're somebody fake, because that'll eventually show.
Fabricate a situation just to... Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so that's for me. It's just like be present to who you are in the moment. Even if in the moment you're irritated or something like that, because we forget we're human, right? So just when you're doing the podcast, be present to what's happening in that moment.
Okay.
So for me, it's if I'm going through shit right now, or I'm irritated about something, or something's not working out, so I have some fear about something, and I have to do a podcast. Well, I'm going to do the podcast, and I'm going to probably talk about that so I can be present to that. Okay. I don't want to try to hide being human for the sake of doing a podcast.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Does that make sense?
No, yeah, I get what you're saying 100%.
So like you're saying, showing up authentically, for me, that means mentally and emotionally, and then intellectually, like, okay, like right now, like Des was saying, she was nervous, we're nervous coming on. What's this about? What are we going to talk about with somebody? Nobody's asked us to, get on a pod and tell our side. So
no, that's awesome. I love having different people on, and collaboration at the end of the day is people collaborating is just going to help both brands at the end of the day. Right. Yeah. And appreciate y'all coming on. I appreciate you showing love. Not a lot of people do that in this kind of industry. A lot of people want to sneak this. A lot of people want to.
It's a little weird, man.
There's a couple.
I know a couple. I know a few. No, it happens, man. Definitely, right? It's a fear mindset, man. That's all I can say. Like,
but that's gonna happen regardless what you do.
Yeah.
Like anything you do, you're always gonna have someone hate on it. Like, even the people that are like higher ups, I guess, like the artists, like Krishan Rock. How do you feel about Krishan Rock?
Talking about that new diss track.
With Lil Mabu, yeah.
We just talked about that on the Lost podcast. I thought that shit was fucking hilarious, honestly.
It was great content.
But like some people liked it, some people are gonna hate on it. But regardless what you do, somebody's gonna hate on it. So just fucking do it. Do whatever you want to do.
Someone said that the other day, that the more views, the more negative comments. So like
that makes sense.
Some people, and just logically, numbers, that's gonna happen, right? So I guess it's knowing that's gonna happen and knowing that the world's fucked up, man.
But y'all messed with the diss track? You liked it?
I thought it was funny as hell. I'm like, what were they doing when they came up with it? They're probably sitting there. I don't know, like, but that's what I try to picture is, what were they doing when they called each other and said, you know what we should do?
See the picture that Mabu, how do you say his name, whatever, how he posted a picture of Krishan and it said Mabu's pussy.
Oh my God, no, I didn't see that one.
You haven't seen it? Have you seen it?
No.
Yeah, I've seen it. I think
a lot of people thought it was real, but it wasn't. He fucking did it himself.
Yeah, Lil Mabu's.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, she didn't get that shit. And then you just see her comment, and she says, what did she say? Did you put Mabu's pussy on it or something like that? She had like commented, and then, but at first I honestly did believe it though. I was like, she really got that tattoo. That's gonna.
Yeah, pretty crazy. And did you see Blueface got married like a week later, proposed to his girl?
Man.
And I heard that ring is Krishan's, but well, not that I heard, but I've seen. And then they like went on a podcast, and she was wearing all the Krishan's.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I did see clips from the Adam 22 podcast where they were on, and I can't think of the girl's name, but she was saying, "Oh, I've never heard that song before." Then 30 seconds later, was like, "That song's trash." So clearly, you heard the song, but I don't know if y'all have heard the other girl song. It's the Barbie song or whatever. What song is better? The Lil Mabu song or the Barbie song?
Who did the Barbie song?
You haven't heard about Blueface Big Mama? Oh, they're both fine.
Well, I saw that she signed a deal with some record label, but she made a song?
Yeah, it went like viral. You probably heard it, you just probably didn't know it was her.
Oh, wow. I'm gonna have to hear it.
I don't know. I don't really know.
Yeah, if you searched the Barbie song, it would come up. Blueface's Baby Mama. It sucks, honestly. I can't even lie. Lil Mabu's song's pretty catchy.
I feel like it's
Yeah, I fuck with it.
I like how Krishan has her own tone, like in her own like when she makes music. You know what I'm saying? Like.
Oh, Jaden Alexis. That's her.
I don't know. I can't find the word, but she has her own sound. That's what it is.
Okay.
And it's good. But that song was funny.
Like with her voice?
Yeah. Like on the Mabu song, she like.
Oh yeah, that's the song.
I mean, that part's catchy though.
Oh, that is catchy.
It's trash, but shit, it got a lot of fucking views.
Oh no, I don't know. I might like this one better than the.
Oh really? Really?
I feel like the chorus is just really catchy.
Oh, this is hilarious. Do you think she wrote it?
No, he
No
wrote it.
chance. I don't think Blueface wrote
Yeah.
it. They probably hired somebody to write it.
I know one of the songs that they dissed Krishan, he wrote it, and that's why she got Mabu to write the song that they just.
Okay.
Oh, actually, yeah, that's what happened. I guess whenever they were doing, I don't know if that's what happened, but she was like, "Mabu, write my shit," and then so he wrote the song for her. And yeah, she rapped it or whatever.
Well, here we are.
Yeah, shitty song. They're both low-key shitty songs,
Yeah.
but I like the Lil Mabu song better just because I think it's...
Well, I call that I don't know if anybody else has dubbed it this, but I call it GTA music.
Oh, yeah, that's perfect.
I don't know
That's
how,
a great description.
So
Yep.
like I have all these songs in my head and these artists. I'm like, that's GTA music. Like,
No, I feel you 100%.
So- it makes sense why it goes viral, why it's catchy, why we listen to it. Like, oh, okay, yeah. It's not so much, I guess, like
and short form content's so big
exactly, man.
where you're just going to see a snippet of that song where he says he takes his baby,
Oh yeah,
Blueface's baby.
that bar.
Automatically, you post a 15-second clip of that song, it's going to go viral. So that's pretty big. But,
Do you try to get 15-second clips?
yeah, I try to do
Like consciously try to create
30-second
Okay.
in my head.
Yeah, hell
Short-form
yeah.
content's way bigger than long-form content now, as crazy as it sounds. You're going to get a lot bigger off of your shorts on YouTube than you are your
Yeah.
actual full-clip podcast.
So they're getting yeah, that's interesting. No, I think it's created, man. Yeah, exactly. Maybe some of it or a lot of it, I don't know, is genuine, meaning it just happens, but I've spoken enough to know that you strategically insert a joke
Okay.
and you strategically move the crowd. Like the crowd doesn't move on its own, if that makes sense.
No, that makes sense 100%.
So I get you would have that approach on a podcast for sure.
Yeah, for sure. We'll get kind of back into music because I'm a noob when it comes to music.
Okay.
I'm not an artist kind of guy. I'm not going to find a favorite artist. I'm more...
Yeah, I should bring it up.
I find an old song from 2017 and I listen to it every day.
Really?
And that's the one song I listen. I don't listen to music when I drive. I listen to podcasts.
Okay, yeah.
But who are y'all's favorite artists right now?
I don't really have a favorite artist, but I do listen to like EBKJ Boo. I think that's how you say his name. You know who that is? No.
Never heard of him.
You know who Baby Smooth is?
Nope.
Oh my gosh.
I'm telling you, I'm a noob when it
So you
comes
don't
to...
listen to no music at all?
I haven't even listened... Like, Travis Scott's new album, I've listened to like 2 songs on it.
Really?
I'm a noob when it comes to music and all that.
I don't really have favorite artists. Because I'm constantly changing who I listen to.
Okay.
Yeah, I just find new songs, then I go into their music, find a few songs, listen to them for like a week or 2, and then go to the next artist and just...
I'm an old school rock kind of guy. That's,
okay.
That's my flavor. I'm a big Pearl Jam guy, big Red Hot Chili Peppers, AC/DC. If I'm going to listen to music... That's
How old are you, by the way?
I'm 21.
Okay. How old is Leon? Do you know that kid Leon Carrasco?
Mm-mm.
He does covers.
Okay.
He was making his rounds a lot. Still is. To local bars and stuff like that. But he's really good. You'd probably like him.
Yeah, that's
as a
cool.
cover.
Honestly, I don't know a whole lot of people.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna ask you, man. What's your story? How did the Good Time podcast begin, or where did?
I kind of was doing my own thing for a little bit, and I've always wanted to do social media. Social media has been the thing I've wanted to do forever. I made YouTube videos when I was a kid,
Okay.
and I've always wanted to do social media. I was in a group for a little bit, and then just eventually went my own way.
Okay.
Not due to any reason, just besides me wanting to do my own stuff. And this podcast is 100% my own. No one else helps me with it. It's all mine, and I like that.
Got it.
So kind of just, I like making jokes. I like doing all that. Social media's always been my passion. I want to slowly start doing YouTube videos. The setup's expensive. My mindset is I'm not just going to go into something and have a shitty setup.
Yeah.
So I got to save and get the good setup for when I want to start doing something, which is it's an excuse at the same time. I know that, but...
No, I get it, man. I'm with you on that. Because when I step on the scene, I want it to be memorable.
No, for sure.
I don't want it to be lost in with all the other bullshit, if that makes sense.
And if I just come out the YouTube video and it's shitty quality, what's the point? Right when it's shitty quality, people's going to click off right there.
Exactly. No, I'm with you, man. So how long have you had this set up?
This setup, not that long. Maybe 2 months or so. 3
Okay,
months, maybe.
sweet, man. All right.
Yeah, I started off, like I was saying earlier, $100 Amazon kit that connected to my phone with the speakers.
Yep.
So it was my phone. My girlfriend let me borrow her phone. So it was 2 iPhones that connected, 2 microphones. Sounded really shitty, episode 1. Eventually got the Shure mics that are really expensive but great quality. Eventually got 2 nice cameras. Eventually got 2 extra mics for extra guests. Eventually got this Rodecaster. Eventually got this. Just slowly but surely, every paycheck, just paying off what I got to do.
Nice, man.
I like the setup.
Yeah, it's a good setup.
No, I appreciate it.
You got a lot going on. Feels good in here too, man.
It's a little hot, but it's all right. I need to get like a custom AC vent or something in here.
Yeah, but I guess I wonder if the noise would, the hum or whatever.
Yeah,
but
if you had the fan blasted, it's just.
It might.
Grr, 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 grr. And then, so another question I wanted to ask because.
Hold on, man. I was asking you questions. No, I was just kidding. Go ahead, man.
So I wanted to ask you because you had commented on the TikTok or my Instagram about the AI chip, and you said you would get one so fast.
Yeah.
So how come you would really want to get one?
If what I know the future of it will be, then hell yeah, I'm taking it. Make me a superhuman. Why the hell wouldn't I? I can make decisions faster. I could probably remove fear. I could probably be programmed to, I see it as a computer, so it could filter out the trash for me. Like I'm talking about bandwidth. I think we don't talk about bandwidth for humans as much as we should. Like we have a limited bandwidth to be able to operate and create.
Okay.
So I feel like if I could get something implanted to help me maximize my bandwidth, fuck yeah. I'll be a way better human, I think.
Like a robot.
Would you get an AI chip in your head?
Yeah, what up?
Yeah.
You would?
Wait, so can you tell me more about it? Because my dad just told me a little bit about it, but I don't really fucking know.
So what Elon Musk is trying to develop is an AI chip, and obviously there's so many theories about how it will go, but the premise of it is kind of, you told me that artist earlier that I didn't know, and I could just close my eyes and look it up in my head. Oh. And people are eventually going to be able to read each other's thoughts. So
yeah, exactly.
You could be doing a podcast, and the whole time, if I'm just fake and I'm lying,
exactly,
you're gonna cut out my bullshit like that, which is scary if you think about it in a relationship aspect.
Yeah. Well, did you see the Black Mirror version of that, Smithereens?
Yes, I have. Black Mirror started my anxiety. Oh. Right? I watched that first episode, the one in the cabin where, I think you know the one I'm talking about, where he's at the cabin and he's doing the different tests where he goes in the AI.
I'm trying to remember. It's been a while, man.
But
yeah, because they haven't dropped a new one. I mean, they did a few months ago, but it took like 2 or 3 years for them.
But yes, I would get, because I would feel like a superhuman. Yes.
Because I think people's hesitancy now, of course, is it's a chip and it's in your brain. So naturally, but if you knew
where we're going.
Yeah, but if you also knew frequencies and sound and things like that, and 5G, blah 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 blah, it's already happening. Yeah. So
and you have to think about people in the 60s. They were probably talking about, I'll never get an iPhone that can track me 24/7.
I'll never get a device that's going to be able to let alone. I was about to say, and listen to you. The other day, earlier, I'm on the phone talking about the gospel and God and things like that. Okay, I get on my TikTok, and every FYP is about the gospel and God.
Crazy.
So that means as I was talking, they were picking up the conversation.
So
in real time.
The thing with AI that scares me is,
it's
I don't know
wild.
if y'all have heard, but Verizon and different companies are racing to make an AI god. That's their whole goal right now, is to make an AI so powerful it can run the world, basically.
Okay.
To where it can do anything. I mean, you can think about the Snapchat AI. You can text it.
Oh yeah, there's
and
a Snapchat. Yeah.
You can text it a question and it answers it like that. You can ask it, tell me about Genghis Khan, and it'll send you a paragraph in 30 seconds.
Okay.
So think about how strong that AI is, and they're trying to make a god.
Yeah.
That's what terrifies me because,
that makes sense.
like I said, I'm a big movie guy, I'm a big comic book guy, and Ultron from the comics, I don't know if y'all seen Avengers Age of Ultron, it's an AI created by Tony Stark who eventually makes his own metal bodies and then just tries to take over the world, which could easily 100% happen.
Oh, yeah.
An AI could take over a factory, make
fairly
a bunch
easily.
of machine robots of itself, and take over the world. It's way smarter than us. It'll be way stronger than us. That's what scares me, kind of. And I think AI will be the end of the world, truly.
Oh, it could get dark. It feels like really fast. Yeah, I don't know how we mitigate that, but I think I would do it just like I got a cell phone. Meaning I said yes to it for efficiency.
Yeah, I feel you.
You know, so I'd be like, yeah, go ahead, put it in, you know, see what happens.
Yeah, I said I'd be one of the last person who goes, my anxiety's so bad too, I couldn't.
I mean, I would look at the paperwork and make sure, you know, that I'm not signing over.
You don't gotta sign some NDA that if you die, you can't do nothing.
There's no way that I'm getting a Neuralink chip or whatever as like I do when I just download an app. Now, that's what would be scary is where I was telling her earlier that imagine it being mandatory for every newborn so that we could track and catch whatever, psychopathy, sociopathy, pedophilia.
Pedophilia, that's a great point. I've never really thought about it that way to where you could catch that stuff on early on. And that's kind of a good question to roll on too, to where if it did catch pedophilia, because pedophilia is such a weird mindset to where they can't control it.
That's
so
what we were
maybe
just
if
talking
you can
about.
catch it early on, it's something that could be helpful.
Well, with what I understand about Neuralink, you know, I think it was first designed for, you know, Alzheimer's to help people, you know.
Okay.
So if it could do that, then it could probably block that transmission of whatever, you know, that somebody can't control for the pedophilia. So it could probably be, you know, a little gatekeeper in there that tracks the.
It just
says,
every time you
kills
think of fucking a kid, it just shocks you or something.
or it does something to
That'd
where
be pretty helpful.
No, because it's from here to the manifest of it. That's the problem, right? It's not that it's in here. That's the problem. It's when they act it out. So there's got to be a switch there. I would say, I don't know so much about the brain or anything, but I would think that there's a switch there to be able to block it off.
That makes sense.
So I would see it as that, like, hey, that would be scary, of course, but if you've gone through that and you're a victim of that, I'd say yes.
They just say technology has advanced so much more. It took longer, so from an airplane not being developed to an airplane being developed, it was faster. It was a longer period of time for that versus an airplane being developed to it dropping a nuclear bomb on people. So technology just rapidly increases.
Yeah.
And so think about the past 2000 to 2010, how much technology advanced versus 1980 to 1990.
Sure.
So think about 2030, where we could be controlled by Neuralinks and all that. And we were talking earlier, so I want to get your opinion on this, how you said your phone just automatically syncs up to what you want. Do you think the Neuralink could behave that similar aspect to where I think about something and the Neuralink pops up stuff in my head? Because at the end of the day, the world's funded by money and ads are going to come in and all that. So do you think it's going to be kind of the same concept in that?
You're asking?
What do you think?
Oh, I would think so. I did hear though, I don't know if y'all heard, that supposedly the like iPhone 15, like whenever you type something, it like already knows what you're gonna type. So it just pops up.
See, that's how the fuck does that work?
Yeah.
That makes no sense.
Has that ever happened to you guys already?
Where you're gonna type something
where it's
and
like,
it pops up. You know how you can put the words that that has happened to me actually.
Has it happened to you where you think of something and the ad comes on TikTok?
Yeah.
No,
my favorite thing is, so y'all talking about the bubble.
That's
like,
happening.
you know how you can say, my favorite thing is, I'll go on to Facebook Marketplace and I'll just hit the middle one over and over and do a sentence that makes no sense. Like,
oh, that's
to
funny.
the across the store, I'm interested in your coaster. And then they're like, what the fuck are you talking about? And I just do it over and over. That's one of my favorite downtime activities.
That's awesome, man.
But yeah, no, that's never happened to me.
No, I think so, man. I mean, like you said, it runs out, capitalism runs the world right now. So if it continues with that framework, then I'm sure they'll say, these are all this is the upside of the Neuralink. And then they'll say, you can get it for free. It just comes with all these ads.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
so
then
like
goes
you
from
would
there.
see ads? Like, or what the...
You would hear ads.
See ads?
You
like
would,
in your head? Ads pop up in your head as you think?
Well,
or like you're in between looking something up and you're seeing an ad for something random?
This is what I'm saying. Think about a conversation that you're having live, and then you're like, we need an Arizona tea.
What the fuck?
And you're like,
randomly.
what the fuck was that, right?
Yeah,
because you can't control it. No, that's
no.
I could see that happening.
Yeah, that's so funny.
Where it becomes like a form of Tourette's.
Oh.
But imagine your dreams.
If we could...
And if you understand preemptive programming and subconscious program, I mean, it's already happening, man. We think we're in control of what we're doing and buying. But if you have one of these, I mean, you may be, but I don't think so.
Social media runs the world at the end of the day. You can see there's so many different stuff that's happened between COVID vaccines, between wars, between political beliefs are so controlled by social media, where you see Fox News is completely Republican and they don't show the left side, and then you have CNN who completely shows the left side, and no matter what you watch, it's completely one-sided. It's a weird world we live in, where there's no meeting in the middle. There's no good. Like, I don't know. I just see such bad shits happening.
Well, that's the danger that I do see with TikTok is that, yes, the algorithm is incredible from a, marketing advertising standpoint, but it also becomes a black mirror of sorts, meaning it only feeds you, if you're only on the For You and you don't go and search, right? It only feeds you what you want to hear. So you become an echo chamber. So you think you're right because all you're hearing is what you want to hear. So it becomes dangerous. Yeah. Like this must be true because it keeps popping up. Like, of course it keeps popping up because you're looking in the fucking. I'm sorry, you're looking in the mirror. Like
that's all you want on this.
Yeah, like
this is I've said a lot worse shit than fuck.
Oh, gotcha, man. Gotcha.
So we'll segue off a little bit. We'll take this conversation, throw it over there for a little bit, leave it over there. And you're talking about your faith and your beliefs, and I really respect that and I love that. And sometimes I sit and I have like personal vendettas kinda to where I want to make people laugh. I like the fucked up jokes, but I also want to spread good message, right? Mm-hmm. And I want to spread Christian word. I want to spread the word of God, right? So we can kind of do that for a second. I want to ask each of y'all, what's your favorite Bible verse? If y'all got one off the top of your head.
What?
Your favorite Bible verse off the top of your head, if you got one.
No, I don't have one.
Yeah, I don't have one either.
Y'all got one off the top of your head?
No. It's in I mean, I quoted earlier to this gentleman, but there's a few of them. Like when I get discouraged about what I'm trying to create, because I definitely want to see things come to fruition, I often I forgot which Proverbs it is, but it may be 5.
Are you thinking of Joshua 1:9?
No, I'm thinking that in all labor there's profit.
Oh, okay.
It's a proverb.
I can't think of that verse. I was saying Joshua 1:9. It's be strong and courageous, do not be afraid, do not be discouraged. The Lord God is with you wherever you go.
Oh yeah, no. I think I know that. I'm just focused on the money, so I need to know that what I'm doing is gonna make it happen.
yeah, for sure. I feel you.
So I constantly think, all right, God, if I'm doing something and I feel like it's in vain or I did something in vain, I think back to that so that I'm encouraged about that task or.
No, that's a really good mindset on it. And I really respect that. And how you said you started for the community you want to help people do good. That's really awesome. And
yeah, I mean, the world's going to be what it is, just like you said. You have there's a part of you that has these what you have identified as fucked up jokes, but it's your thing though. Mm-hmm. So I wouldn't I had to tell myself, like, I wouldn't battle against myself with how I'm showing up, I guess, with my faith, because I know that all is forgiven. I know that he, covers my flaws to present it the way it needs to be. Like, he's going to clean it up is basically what I'm getting to. So I'll tell, for example, like, I spent a lot of my life doing something and then looking back, and hopefully I didn't make a mess. And if I did, I clean it up. And then I go do something, I turn around and clean it up. And I'm like, fuck. And then finally I was like, I don't have time for that, God. You got to clean this shit up. I'm just going to go. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, I know you love me. It's like, I obviously don't have kids, but I have kids. She's my daughter. So, and she's got 19 years of it. So I know that what it's like for like a father wanting to clean up the mess.
Okay.
And wanting to make right a situation that they have made wrong. And it's not a burden. So if I can feel that, then I know he feels like that. So why am I worried about the mess that I'm making?
That's a really interesting way to think of it. I've never thought of it that way, and I bet you've never thought of it that way. Or I don't know if you have kids or anything.
No.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry, how old are you?
I'm 19.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then, so yeah, we can't really think of it that way because we're not wired like that. But I've never heard it phrased that way, and that's a really interesting way to think about it. I've never thought about it that way. That's really cool.
Well, and I like, having kids, I'm not trying to make her something that she's not.
Yeah.
So,
or something you want me to
or
be.
something that I want her to be. I want her to become her best version of herself that she chooses.
And just guide her the best way you can.
And just, yeah, I mean, if the extreme version is, hey, I want to, murder people as a hobby, then I'm going to be like, look, don't get caught.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to be like condemning.
What the hell is wrong with you? You need to go to a hospital.
Yeah, I'm not going to admit her or anything like that. I'm going to be like,
yeah.
Are you hungry?
Yeah. That's kind of how my mom is. My mom would always say, like, I don't care what the fuck you do, I'm going to have your back. If you go to jail for life, I'm going to be the only person who's going to visit you ever again. I had asked my mom one time, I said, if I murdered every one of my siblings, would you still visit me in jail? She was like, yeah. And then my brother was like, no, I wouldn't.
You're going to be dead.
Wouldn't even be here.
You won't be here. No, that was a good question, man. So, yeah, that's my deal. I try to not focus so much on my flaws, meaning that focus on the impact that it could be having on others. And I just tell God, please clean it up if I messed up. But I'm going to be me.
So I had a real come to moment the other day. I had a lot of personal shit going on. There's like a month I didn't upload, and that was the longest I didn't upload. And one day just a Bible verse popped up, and it was, don't trust in the flesh, trust in God. And it makes so much sense because you can worry about so much stuff around you. You can worry about the guy to your left. You can worry about the guy to your right. And a way I can kind of put it is, if you're running a race, are you going to win if you're looking beside you at the dude next to you? Or are you going to win if you're looking forward at the finish line?
Yeah, that's a good point, man.
Yeah, that is really good.
So that's kind of been my thing. If people are against me, people are trying to compete against me, people are trying to do this. At the end of the day, just stay in my lane, like a track race. Look at the finish line. I feel like that's the best way I can kind of go. But we can kind of talk about what you're saying for a little bit. We were talking about his beliefs, and we were talking about my beliefs. Kind of, how do you go day to day with your beliefs and your structure on everything?
Well, not to be I don't even know how to say it, but I don't know if I really believe in God. I just kind of believe what my dad has taught me, or just the past years, the universe and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So I just really believe in energy and shit like that.
Okay.
I don't really pray, or actually I don't pray, and I don't read the Bible or I go to church. I don't really believe in a God. I just believe the universe. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense or not really?
No, it makes sense. And I mean, at the end of the day, your beliefs, your beliefs. I'm not going to sit here and preach on you or tell you my beliefs or nothing like that. And I respect every person and what they believe at the end of the day. So we can segue into
what's your interest in ayahuasca?
I think it'd be cool to
or
do
DMT.
One day.
Yeah.
I think it'd be cool to do it one day. They say, I don't know if you've heard this, if you get offered DMT, you have to do it.
Yeah,
it's your universal sign to do it.
You see, yeah,
what?
yeah.
Yeah, that's a huge thing, and
so people in that space. So even they're not advocates of it. Like, I'm not an advocate, meaning going around, promoting it, because they say it finds you. Okay. So I definitely experienced that, where it was like I was in California and it was like, it's here, and you just can't say no.
Are you comfortable talking about your experience?
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah. So I went to Costa Rica. I was hired to consult this pharmacist with creating a retreat center.
Okay.
She was extending her services to her clients, and they needed an opportunity to grow mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. So if you've heard about wellness retreats or retreats like this, it's a weekend seminar for you to let go of trauma and come out a better version of yourself, blah blah blah. So yoga instructors, good food, things like that. And this place in Dominical, Costa Rica, is what they call a blue zone. So I don't know what the other ones are. The other one's in San Diego. I can't remember the other one, but there's 5 blue zones on the planet. It's the longest, healthiest, and longest living people on the planet.
Okay.
And they did a study on it. How does this happen? Why does this happen? It has a lot to do with culture.
It was due to DMT too as well?
No.
Just how they live?
Yeah, how they live. So to get ready for these retreats, we were meeting with the locals who had hotels, custom homes with pools, yoga studios, so that we could host these retreats. And one of them held ayahuasca ceremonies up in the mountain in this geometrically designed temple. Sick. And so it was only $200, and I said, hell yeah. Let's do it. And it was one of the most profound things I've ever experienced in my life, man. So it was a 10-hour trip. Wow. And it was from 10 p.m. to about 10 a.m.
Insane. Did it feel like 10 hours?
No, hell no.
Did it feel longer or shorter?
Shorter.
How long do you think it felt, if you had to guess?
It felt like 15 minutes.
That's insane. So which way did you do it? Because there's the toad way where you skin
off the
toad. So you drank it?
Yeah, we drank it.
It's like a liquid. Was it nasty?
So, oh, hell yeah, it's bitter.
How much did you have to drink?
So they give it to you in doses just so you don't...
If you had to guess how much of your drink...
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Well, it was probably it's a small jar, so it's probably about this much. It's like a shot.
Multiple gulps though, or like one?
No. So they give it to you in doses.
Okay.
So they give you like this much.
Okay.
And they let you sit for an hour and make sure you
don't take too much.
You don't freak out. Yeah, it's your first. They don't know what's gonna happen.
If you don't mind me asking, what? Because they say DMT shows you what you don't want to see. They show you what you need to work on yourself.
So ayahuasca, ayahuasca, mother ayahuasca, I feel is different than DMT. There's a 5-MeO, which is the toad that I took from the vet.
So how did
I took
that
two
work?
different
How did
DMTs.
that process work with the toad?
So that was a different case, but with ayahuasca, she taught me, mother ayahuasca taught me. So I've been in personal development since I was 19, meaning I've been reading books and having mentors and going to seminars since I was 19. And I've read probably over 1,000 books. I don't know, I've been listening to podcasts since I was 20.
Okay.
So I've had all these voices in my head about life and that the way that life should or should not be. And she basically told me that in the very beginning, she's like, this whole trip, as you're sitting here, you're going to do everything that I tell you to do. That means if I tell you to lift your left hand, you're going to lift it. You're not going to hesitate. If I told you to go to the fire, go to the fire. If I tell you to lay down, lay down. If I tell you to yell, yell.
That'd be a great way to murder people, though.
So
I'm saying, just get people tripping off DMT, be like, jump off that cliff.
Yeah, you probably wouldn't, though. Yeah. I mean, you might. I'll go to that in a minute. You can plant subconscious things in people if you want to be fucked up. But yeah, so for 10 hours, she was like, lay down, get up, yell this, sing this. Turn around, put your right hand up, look to the left, look to the right, go outside, bend down, and that's all I'm doing, And at the end of it, she was like, "You have too many voices in your head that you've forgotten your own voice, and I needed to realign you back to who Sam is, so that you could live out your fullest potential." Wow. She said, "So stop reading these books, meaning stop taking them as your identity. They're good to read, they're good to listen to, but it's not what you're trying to adopt as a part of your character. Just be you." So that's what I meant earlier about just know who you are. If you show up who you are, you're going to win.
Wow, that's a crazy way to think about it. And I mean, this question, this is more of a curious question. I don't mean this like questioning her, what she does or anything. But is there a sense to where, is that the DMT talking or is that her talking? You know what I'm saying? Like,
so you mean like an entity?
Well, because is she the one telling you, like, because it's your trip, but she's telling you
so
your mindset throughout your trip. So how does she understand your mind during the trip, if you get what I'm saying?
Who?
The lady.
No, I'm not talking about the lady. No.
You came to this on your own?
Yeah, I'm talking about Mother Ayahuasca. That's what they call ayahuasca.
Oh!
Yeah.
I'm so dumb.
Yeah,
my
yeah.
bad, dude. My bad. I thought you were saying, like, the lady was telling you.
No, in my head, Mother Ayahuasca, you can tell it's a separate entity, is talking to me and saying...
Okay, that's fascinating.
Yeah,
I'm glad I asked then. Cause...
No, for sure. No, not a live person, man.
So were you by yourself doing this?
No, I was with 14 other people.
So Mother Ayahuasca was the one telling you to do what you say?
Yeah.
So that's why I said that's a good way to murder people.
Oh, yeah,
that's the
no.
reason I had said that, because I was like...
You thought it was a live person.
I thought it was a live person.
Yeah, sorry.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, so I just realigned myself back to my own voice, you know. And that's what's happening right now a lot in the manosphere, I guess you can say. There's like what they say, men are waking up, meaning men are now having as strong as intuition as women is basically what's happening. So there's an energy shift. But and then my DMT trip was in Colorado. So the first one was 5-MeO, and it was with the vape. And that took me to heaven, I would say. So you take one big O hit. And, of course, you know what DMT is, right? So
it's like a 5-minute trip, but it feels a lot longer.
Yeah, so it mimics death. I thought I was dying. I reached out to my friend and had that, you know, when they see the white light, I saw the white light, and I freaked. No. Like, yeah. I'm gone, you know. And the shaman or the administrator, he was like, he just kind of whispered in my ear. He said, "It's okay, Sam. Let go. Like,
wow,
you're fine." And I let go. I got to talk. I've had an older brother and older sister that died when I was a teen. I got to talk to them and get closure. And he was laughing the whole fucking time, my older brother.
Was that cool to see?
It was so cool, man.
That's beautiful.
I didn't get to have that closure, that last moment with him and talk to him.
That's beautiful.
So I got to have those last words and get comforted, because he was like pretty much saying like, why have I... he could tell that I've been worried my whole life, like after he died. So he was like, "Bro, I'm right here, bro. Like, you're fine." And what's weird is the DMT trip was different than ayahuasca, but you will get Mother Ayahuasca or DMT, whatever that the entity is, will prepare you before your trip. So like 3 days, 3 weeks before, these synchronicities will begin to happen to start like preparing you mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Like,
do you think DMT and ayahuasca was put here by God to help you see stuff like that you needed for yourself and your soul?
I don't mean if you're meaning logistically, meaning there was this entity that said, "I am creating this particular molecule so that the humans that I'm going to create can have a way to heal their trauma." I don't know if that happened. I don't know if God thinks like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm just partaking in what's being presented in front of me.
Yeah, because there's people who say, just because like they think mushrooms, they think all that is from God to help. Because I don't know if you know about the stoned ape theory and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff like that, to where people believe it was put here by God to help humans evolve.
Yeah.
But there's also people saying, well, God put sin on the earth. Like, well, not God put sin, but you know what I'm saying. There's sin on the earth.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You're not, like, just because God put it here, it's not meant for humans to indulge in. So I was just kind of curious on your mindset of that.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if there's an entity who put it in place. I just know it's here and it's being consumed the way it's being consumed. But then I did a second DMT, which is you hit it like a bong. It's a powder version. And
was it like an orange powder?
Yeah.
That's what somebody told me when they did it.
That one took me to hell, meaning it took me to the worst fear that I had. So it took me to this small little corner where I was isolated, and I could not get out. There was no door. There was no windows. Wow. I was in a basement. And I remember sitting there, and I'm having this trip, and I'm like hyperventilating, and I look around, and I just accept my fate. And I'm like...
Fate you're going to die? Or?
I'm dead. Yeah. I'm like, oh, I'm dead. I'm like, all right. And I looked around and I was like, I didn't even get to say bye to my girls. And I just sat there and I was just like, well, this is the choice that I made. And so I'm just,
Was it kind of regret at first?
It was regret at first, man. I mean, it was regret the whole fucking time because it was hell. Like, I'm looking around and there's no doors and there's no, like, it felt like imprisonment. And the hallucination I had, I guess, is I could see space in between. So everything was 2D for me. So if I did this, I could see the space in between collapse.
And that was the DMT?
Yeah.
I've heard people talk about the 2D aspect.
Yeah.
To where people look like cardboard.
Exactly.
During DMT.
So like my friends next to me, I would put my hands on them and I would see the space collapse. And then I'd take my hand off and they'd come back up.
What the fuck?
And
that's crazy.
So I got to see that part of like how much space. There's something here. We just can't see it.
Yeah.
So did you kind of regret it at first, but when you came out of it, it was worth it in the end?
Yeah, it took about a couple days for me to come. I mean, you need time for integration after some of those things, and some people don't know about integration, so they just throw you back out into the real world after you experience God.
Yeah.
It's like, what are you supposed to do with that?
But you think it made you a better person at the end of the day?
I think it made me more aware.
Okay.
I don't know about a better person because it's like when you know too much.
Okay.
It's hard to be present.
Yeah, that's interesting. A big question is, would you rather be the smartest person on Earth or the richest person on Earth?
Yeah,
and people say like it would suck to be the smartest person on Earth because you know too much.
Yeah, I'd rather be the richest for sure.
Oh yeah, for sure, dude. You just get to spend money and not worry about it.
Yeah, because it's kind of like the glasses you put on once you do those things. It's helped me have more compassion and empathy because I can see what's really going on, I guess, if that makes sense, behind the human psyche and things like that. Like, oh, most people are literally robots of their past. They're not them. They're not.
Meaning, like...
they're not a conscious, so they're playing out their program, their child rearing, whatever happened. Or I did too, Okay. I was asleep and...
just kind of living through day to day, just...
Yeah, I guess, I don't know if you know this, but like the human psyche, like in child rearing is programmed to the first 7 years. So it doesn't matter in your teens if you want to do something, what happened in your first 7 years, because that's probably driving the program.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Whether it's people pouring into you getting enough, comfort, validation, safety, security, self-esteem, blah, blah, blah. So then you spend the next, like I did, 20 years unlearning more than learning, which is what I felt like I've done over the last 20 years in my personal development journey. Even in my spiritual journey, it wasn't that I went to go learn things. It's like I unlearned.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So that I could be me again, I guess, No,
that's awesome.
And I just try to do that, and I feel like I'm talking a lot, but I try to pass that down to my daughter, which is what In the Loop is. Like, I've tried to get her as a co-host since season 1, but of course this is intimidating, as you know.
Yeah.
And then when people watch it and people give you critique, it's even more intimidating. So,
like,
but
no.
she's a natural. She's a natural leader. She's been, leading and talking, whether she realized it or not, since she was a kid. So this was just like a given for me to put her on. And
yeah.
Just
what have you learned most from your dad? Kind of, he's talking about what he's learned through his own experiences. What has he taught you that has helped you throughout your life?
Everything. Literally everything. I feel like since he knows so much, he's put me onto game on how to... I don't know. I look at, like... Sometimes I'll be feeling too smart for my age because I feel like I look at things a lot differently than a lot of people that are my age. So I honestly feel like he's gave me a lot of knowledge to, like, do everything kind of.
How do you think you look at stuff differently than people your age?
I feel like in certain conversations, I can understand a lot more things, like when it comes to like business or like spirituality or and things like that. Like, I know a lot more than other people do because not a lot of people are going to be into spirituality. Not a lot of people my age are going to be talking about business, Most people my age are like partying and shit. And
in
like,
college, just doing dumb shit.
Yeah, and like me, like, I mean, I didn't barely learn this. I learned this when I was like, what, 12?
Yeah.
So, like, him putting me onto a lot of stuff, I'm like, what,
Yeah, because I've been reading books and listening to podcasts in front of them their whole entire life. Like, I used to drive around in the car with them in the back seat, and I'm listening to Les Brown or Robert Kiyosaki from Rich Dad Poor Dad. You know, so they've kind of overflowed on that.
Yeah, and also like John Maxwell. You know who that is?
No, I don't.
He's what is he, like a leadership speaker? Yeah. Well, I've been to like how many? Just one or like two?
No, a few. Yeah, because they've come.
I've been to like leadership events,
seminars.
Seminars. There you go. Okay. But like at the age I was like 12, and there's just like grown people all around me. It's just me and my younger sister. So we're like the youngest in these like leadership seminars, and I don't feel like. I mean, I don't know, but I don't feel like a lot of people around my age were doing that. You know what I'm saying? They're like kids. So I feel like my dad has like gave me a head start in life. You know what I'm saying? And how to go about life and just read people, psychology. I feel like psychology is a big thing. We were talking about that earlier. Huh?
Oh, yeah.
I feel like psychology is something everyone should learn because I feel like it's a cheat code to life because everything kind of has to do with psychology because you can read people and read their body language and read how they talk to you, and so you can know how to get to people and not get to people.
Is that like a blessing and a curse at the same time?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it really is.
No, it really is. The first time, and you're like, "Fuck this."
Yeah, it's like I already know you, but then it's like, "Fuck," like, let me just like give you the benefit of the doubt, and then what I already know was already true in the end. Does that make sense? So it's
no, for sure, and two, it doesn't help too. They say your perception's your reality. So no matter what, at the end of the day, whatever you believe is what's true in your life. If I think y'all are pieces of shit. Obviously, I don't. But if I think y'all are pieces of shit, no matter what y'all do, in my perception and my reality, y'all are pieces of shit.
Oh, yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Y'all could go do the most awesome thing ever, but I'm like, oh, they're pieces of shit. So no matter what y'all do, you're not going to phase me, if you get what I'm saying. Kind of.
I feel you. And also, I'm not really big on, like, I've never did, like, shrooms or acid. I've just, like, smoked weed and shit. But my dad got me to do.
Well, oh yeah, we did Cambo. You ever heard of Cambo?
I haven't heard of Cambo.
It's another frog venom, but it's not a psychoactive.
Yeah.
It's a cleanse.
It's like DMT, right?
No. It's like it's a literal like a biology cleanse.
I don't know, but I took that and
yeah, that shit was good.
Yeah, that shit was like. I thought I was gonna like see shit. That's why I didn't want to take. Cause I'm like I'm pussy when it comes to drugs. I'm not gonna do that shit. Like.
So what was your experience like whenever you? What was
Cambo?
What was your experience?
Well, it was like
that?
4, right? It was the eye drops.
Oh yeah. So you ever heard of rapé?
I have not.
It's a tobacco that you snort. That.
Yep, I've heard.
Yep, yeah. Cleans the pineal gland. Yeah. And then there's these eye drops. I forgot what they're called, but they open up some pathways as well. But to be able to receive.
Going into it, I was like terrified because I'm obviously scared to like take drugs, I guess. So I was like, bro, I can't do it. Like I was telling my dad, like I think even the day before I was like, I can't. I'm like, I can't. And then you're not supposed to smoke or like eat, right?
Yeah.
Or like some shit like that. But I was like, I had anxiety. I was like, bro, I don't know what's gonna happen because I don't like tripping. Does that make sense? Like thinking about tripping. Because every time someone says you take shrooms or whatever, you have to be in a good mindset. And I'm not saying I'm not in a good mindset, but I feel like I just don't think, me personally, if I take that, it would go good. Does that make sense?
Better be safe than sorry, too.
Yeah, so I'm just like, if I know that for myself, why would I take it and then I'm not fucking tripping balls and then I'm just like, bro, why the fuck? You know, if I already know that, I'm just going to stay away from it. So when it came to this and he was like, because I thought it was like an art show because of the picture that he sent me. I was like, oh, it's an art show. Like, I'm going to go. And then I found out it was fucking drug. But anyway, I was like scared as fuck. And so I smoked, and you're not supposed to smoke. But I smoked the night before. And literally the morning, he was like, I think he was just like, no, we're going. Like, we're going. I was so scared. And also, I was the youngest one in the room. Everyone was like, how old?
Yeah, in their 30s.
Yeah, and I was like 18 when I did it.
Yeah.
And I was scared. But it was cool. I felt like a lot of relief, I guess you could say.
After, yeah, because you purge. It's excruciating pain. Like, imagine, I don't know, I guess like getting a blood transfusion, but you can, with hot water, and you can feel it, is what it feels like. You're like, oh,
and you
fuck!
Throw up, like, not to be like...
Yeah, you vomit like crazy.
You throw up or you shit a lot.
Yeah, so it's a purge for sure.
But I threw up, that shit. And it feels like, you know, like as a little kid when you would hang off the bed, like upside down, and you could just feel all the blood going to your head.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it feels like. But like, I don't know. It was pretty cool. Like, cause I feel like it was like a ceremony thing. So like the people who are the 2 girls that did it, I feel like they really made me feel safe. And then after, I just felt so like
that's good. A big sigh of relief, kind of.
Yeah, because a lot of trauma and shit. But yeah,
I was gonna say it's like a trauma healing modality.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know,
I really feel like, I would do it again though. I'm not gonna lie, I would do it again. I'm
trying to get her to do ayahuasca in December with me. There's a ceremony in Brownsville. So maybe.
You think you'll be able to convince her? Or you think there's
Nah, probably not. I don't know. Probably not.
I have to be ready.
How much money would it take for you to?
I don't want to.
$1 million cash, you wouldn't do it?
If I don't want to see my fucking darkest fear, or I don't. I'm good. Like I just leave that shit where the fuck it's at. Like
no, my ayahuasca is I mean, they say sometimes she'll kick your ass, but if you set an intention to be gentle, she'll be gentle. Which some people they sleep the whole 10 hours, and that's their trip.
Okay.
They don't have like every drink is a different trip.
Oh, okay.
Oh my, see?
So it's
even worse.
And depending on what road you want to go down is, she'll take you, but you can again request for gentleness, and they'll just be like, okay.
Maybe eventually I will take it, because then, like, of course, like 5 years from now I'll be in a different mindset and stuff. So I'll probably be like,
you're barely 19 too. Though.
Yeah, so I'll probably be like, I'll probably be like, you know what? Fuck it, Dad. let's go fucking do it. But now, no, sorry, can't do it.
Some people out there do it like once a week, man.
Yeah, that's insane.
No.
They're like recreational users.
I'm pretty scared to do it too.
I'm like, what?
Like I've heard the thing to where if it's offered to you, do it. But I'm still such a pussy. Like there's a decent chance you're like,
yeah, no.
Yeah, like I've had my experience like in high school with stuff like that.
Oh, okay. Well, it's more of I guess for people my age, it's like we have so much whatever insecurities, wounds, trauma, so we're like trying to find a fast track to healing, if that makes sense.
No, for sure.
Like so that I could be, because I don't know if you know this at your age, but there's like an energy shift happening, man. So like I don't know how often you're in like Christian conversations or things like that, but it does seem like there's an energy shift in spirituality happening too.
Meaning how?
Meaning like new age. So I feel like people 25 and under are relating more to vibration, frequency, and energy than they are Father, the Father and the Holy Spirit and Jesus, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense a little bit.
I get
what you're saying.
When I saw it when I was meeting all these students. It was like very hard to connect with them talking about Jesus, but as soon as I started talking about vibrations or frequencies or stuff like that, they're like,
they connect
tuned
a lot
in.
faster.
Yeah, it was very interesting. So I don't know if there's any truth behind it, but I do kind of see some patterns, man.
No, yeah.
Do you have any siblings?
I have a shit ton of siblings. I have 3.
That's why you're saying you're gonna kill them.
I have 3 real siblings and 4 steps.
Are you the oldest?
I'm the oldest boy.
So that's why.
It's kind of the same thing.
You were gonna kill him.
So, I have like my step siblings. If you take them out because they're steps, I didn't have them till later in life. I have 2 younger brothers and an older sister.
Okay.
So it's kind of like I was always the oldest with my brothers.
Gotcha.
Because they always look up to you. And if I played football, they played football. If I played baseball, they played baseball. So
how was that being the older sibling? Because when she was like 10, I had to have a conversation with her and said, "Look, you're the oldest. You have a little sister. She's going to connect to you more than she's going to connect to me or your mom. Yeah. So you need to watch your actions because she's going to follow you." And it's been like a constant conversation with us. And now she sees it in hindsight like, oh, yeah, Alzen does what Yeah. So did you ever feel it was a burden being an older brother?
When I was younger, yes.
Yeah.
First, there's so many things to where my brother, I had all my friends over. My brother's only 2 years younger than me.
Oh, okay.
He always wanted to hang out with us, and like me and all my brothers are best friends now. We go to town together to go to football games. We're all close now, but I'd be like, fuck off, don't hang out with us, stuff like that. And then you look back on it, regretting it, stuff like that. But my mom would always tell us, fuck your friends. You're not going to have those friends when you're older. And you look and you tell her, like, psh, we're all going to be boys when we're older. I don't talk to none of them anymore.
Exactly.
And I talk to my brothers every day.
Yeah, exactly.
So it always was a responsibility. My mom always made me know that they look up to you, they do this because of you. My brothers might not want to admit it, but I feel like they do kind of look up to me in an aspect. And I was grateful I had an older sister because, one, I never got beat up growing up. But that kind of turned me into a pussy, too. But I got to grow up with an older sister to kind of get, as weird as it sounds, not toxic masculinity.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying.
Where I could watch High School Musical. I would watch High School Musical with my sister, and I would do dance shit with my sister when we were kids because my brothers weren't old enough to hang out with, and if I wanted to hang out with my sister, I had to do some girl shit, you know?
Gotcha.
So, yeah, I mean, I'm all grateful for it.
What do you think about that toxic masculinity conversation in the manosphere? You listen to Andrew Tate?
Oh, yeah.
You think he's toxic?
No.
Masculine? Yeah, hell no. Yeah, exactly.
You don't think so either?
No, hell no.
I
don't think so.
I think there's been a shift in, like, it's cool now for guys to paint nails. It's cool for guys to wear skirts. And I think, at the end of the day, anybody should be able to do what the fuck they want, right? But I still think it's a little weird, if I'm being honest.
What, guys wearing skirts?
Guys wearing skirts, guys painting their nails.
That's why when you said it, I was going to say.
That's weird.
Who's wearing skirts?
No, fashion in the fashion.
No, I know what you mean, man.
Skirts and shit like that.
Like Pete Davidson wore a skirt at the fucking Met Gala, yeah.
What the fuck? I didn't see that.
But he be fucking, so I mean.
Oh shit.
Yeah, he pulls way better bitches than I do, so. But I think with the toxic masculinity thing, I think it's, as weird as it sounds, I think it's the left side pushing shitty agendas that's really fucking up a lot of shit. And I don't know, it's just so weird. I saw a video the other day of this guy came to his preschool, and the preschoolers put his son in a dress, and he was like playing with girls in dresses and stuff. And there was like a lot of comments being like, "Oh, that's toxic masculinity. Like your son should be able to play how he wants."
Somebody else put his son in a dress.
Yeah.
Out of daycare, yeah.
Oh wow.
Would you lose your shit if that happened?
I'd lose my shit.
Which I mean, if like you have a son and he watches Frozen or something and by himself, thinking he's a 4-year-old kid. Like,
I get what you say. Yeah, exactly.
He has his own imagination, but the forcing it upon a kid, that's what I don't like. No. And I don't like.
That's what I'm saying.
How there's parents doing with the hormone blockers too, kind of forcing that upon their kids. I really don't like that. So basically, a lot of parents are kind of making their kids, like a 12-year-old kid will come to their parents and be like, "Mom, I kind of think I'm a guy," and they're a girl, but they're 12. When I was 12, I wanted to be I wanted to be a new thing every day.
Yeah.
And it's so funny, like there's videos where people ask them, like, if your 12-year-old son asks you to get a tattoo, what would you say? They're like, no, that's permanent, no. If your 12-year-old son asks you to get hormone blockers, what would you do? Well, yeah, because it's their choice.
Yeah, that's...
So it's like a weird little dynamic in that kind of way.
I don't know what's happening, man.
It's weird. I think...
It is proper.
There's some agenda being pushed on this generation, 100%. I don't know what it is. It's weird. Who knows what the real purpose is? I kind of think they're trying to get rid of masculinity in a way, and they're trying to get rid of the the old school day man and the old school day woman, to where they want, like a lot of women, as weird as it sounds, it's like not cool for a woman to be a stay-at-home mom.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
But for a lot of women, that's fucking awesome. To never have to work.
I wish I was a stay-at-home husband.
Yeah, just to stay home and cook and clean all day. Like, my girlfriend has said, like, that'd be the fucking dream.
Dude.
And then, but, like, guys are different. Like, it is, like, a guy would want to get a lot of money and provide, kind of. But at the same time...
I would want her to provide and me to stay home.
Yeah, I feel yeah.
No, just kidding. Just kidding.
Well, I mean, shit, if you got a rich old sugar mama, who cares?
Well, you talk about the toxic I feel like, you know what toxic masculinity is for me is a woman stepping into her masculine, of course, because of propaganda and everything, and going out and hunting, quote unquote, not hunting literally, but, like, there's this shift happening where they're the provider.
Yeah.
For me, I feel like that's toxic masculinity because I don't know if that's, is it natural, for a cat to act like a dog? I don't know. Like, is it natural for what we've been taught about women to act like a man?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, so there's I feel like there's levels to it. It's not just affecting men, but it's affecting women too.
My girlfriend made a joke one time. She was like, I was like, don't you fucking hate the feminist movement to make where women wanted to work all the time, to where if we lived in the 60s, you wouldn't have a fucking job.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? How do you feel about that?
If I didn't have to work,
Yeah.
I'll do it. What the fuck?
I go right back to
the fuck. But I mean, like, I'd also like my ego gets in the way, and I just like
making your own money, have your own business.
Yeah, so I'm just like, I'd rather just me do it, because I don't need you to come over here and be like, oh, well, you can't, because I don't like being controlled.
Yeah.
By nobody.
See, that's where it does run into the problem where the guy provides and is like, oh, you can't go out and do this.
Yeah,
you
like,
can't
you
go out
not
and do
finna
this
tell me what
because
the
it's
fuck
my
I can
money.
do.
Yeah, that's where you do run into the problem.
I was gonna say, yeah, it feels that's where I feel like a disconnect is there's conversations about what masculine energy is and what feminine energy is, meaning masculine is a provider, protector, is usually the
hunters, and the women are
and
the
hunter.
gatherers.
Yeah, and so, but the conversation isn't about I'm in control.
No, for sure.
But that's what's happening subconsciously, right? The patriarchal hierarchy, which is it did what it did, and I feel like there's an energy shift that needing to happen, but it got like most things that go unchecked, corrupt, and a whole bunch of other, collateral damage that's happened with that. So it felt like there's a shift. It was God, man, woman, children, right? Mm-hmm. And I feel like now it's God, man, woman.
Yeah.
And there's this happening, and we don't know how to cohesively do that. So we're just bumping heads the whole time. Yeah. And as a man, as an equal, if I had an equal, quote unquote, not to dehumanize or take away from the woman, but if I had an equal, it'd be so much easier for me to submit.
Okay.
I don't know if that makes sense as a man.
I get what you're saying.
I'll say it like this. It's going to be very harsh. I can't submit to a dumb woman.
See, but kind of the thing is, here's what I want to ask you. Would you, you say that, but would you rather have a woman who is one of those women who is this and this, a strong feminist, posting, fuck Andrew Tate, fuck this, the new abortion law, fuck this, or would you rather have a woman who listens to your beliefs and base their beliefs kind of off of your beliefs, if that makes sense?
Yeah, it sounds like she's a smart woman.
That's a perfect kind of woman. That's a perfect to you.
No, I'm just kidding. No, but I think that's the conversation, right? I feel like the small the bit of that I do know, the very minimum that I do know, like the feminist movement, it's just waking up to being human. Like, we're just waking up that women were human too.
Yeah.
And it's like everybody's freaking out. No, you can't think that you're a human.
Yes, the fuck I can.
Right? You're below me. You're below man. You're gonna do what the fuck? Like, and I just feel like that's what's happening. Like,
I feel like there is no, like, man and women are equal. They're two different things, right?
No, exactly.
It's like obviously they're equal. Don't get me wrong. Like, same respect level, but it's a whole different respect. Kind of, you talked about Andrew Tate and his beliefs. He was talking about you're not going to drop your kid off at an all-man daycare, right?
Yeah.
But
not.
If, like, and he makes a joke, like, if you get on a plane and it's a woman pilot, he's going to get the fuck off.
Okay.
It's just kind of a dynamic. Obviously, like, that's way out of there because they get the same level of training. But
sure.
That's, like, the example of it.
I can see that, I guess. What do you think?
Like, so, like, if you see a woman, you're not gonna, like, you're gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna get off because it's a girl.
Oh, I wouldn't, but that's what he said.
No, but, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, is that what y'all are trying to ask, or what?
Well, I guess.
I was just kind of giving an example.
I think there's we just have to get on the same page about, again, what the energy is. So, feminine energy is nurturing. Let's just say that, right? That's perfect. Very basic.
That's what I was trying to say. That's perfect.
So, if there's a woman naturally, because we've identified that, right? It's not like we're making this up. There's feminine, there's night, there's day, there's black, there's white, there's, so that exists. So feminine energy is nurturing.
When you're sick, you want a woman to take care of you.
Yeah. So it's not like I'm dehumanizing you because I want you to take care of me and nurture me. That's that's what I'm supposed to naturally get from you, type
sure.
stuff, you know. And as a masculine, it's the same thing. You want me to lead,
and you want me to provide.
So
for
let
you
me
and
lead,
all that.
if that makes like that's because I'm going through that. No, but I'm in the, you know, as a man with a family and things like that. Of course, I've learned you can't demand leadership from your woman or whatever, but there's got to be a level where you both understand that if you cohesively create, then you can go further in a family, in status, in community. But if it's a constant battle of us assessing who's got the bigger dick, you know, and you're the woman or whatever, like it's never going to be a, you know. So knowing that I'm a masculine, or knowing that you step into masculine, let me go provide, let me protect,
play your role,
let me play your role, and not in a fucked up way. But so, for example, in a home, it's going to be natural for a woman, should be, we would say, but it doesn't mean that's going to happen every time, for a woman to curate the house.
Yeah.
Hang up the artwork.
Me personally, I cook and clean because I think women are worse than everything at men.
No, so I was about to say, I grew up. No. So, but I'm saying you have to have that conversation about who's 100%. Doing. So, like for me, I grew up with 4 sisters and my mom. I naturally have or lead with feminine energy, and it's my masculine energy. Something I have to like turn on.
You
know,
didn't have
activate.
any brothers growing up?
I had one, but he died when I was 13.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry, you did say that earlier. Yeah.
And then my dad was in and out of prison, so he wasn't a good example of that. But so if you have a conversation about, okay, I grew up with 5 sisters, I'm a little more, let me take care of this part of it, and let me take care. But I feel like in a relationship, there's just a bunch of assumptions based on indoctrination more than actual information, and you're trying to figure each other out without really getting on the same page. I mean, having a general...
As simple as sitting down and having a conversation, being like, I expect this out of you. What do you expect out of me? I mean, simple shit like probably the woman expects a guy to take out the trash. No girl wants to go fucking take out the trash. Yep. Mm-hmm. Not a lot of girls want to go fucking mow the lawn. Not a lot of guys want to do dishes.
Yeah.
As stuff simple as that, but that's such a big deal to some people.
I don't know why. Because even if if you agree on something that you don't like I don't like doing laundry or washing, so hire somebody. Work on the budget.
Yeah.
Figure out what the budget is, and we both don't have to do it and argue about it and make it. Again, I'm talking about bandwidth. If I'm spending my time in a family arguing, I'm not creating, and I'm wasting bandwidth, and I'm wasting time for sure. So I just feel like that leading back, and we can lead off of it. But going back to the masculine and feminine, it's just like I think the real core issue is not people operating in that space, but just having a real conversation about what's happening.
Yeah, for sure.
And
stuff as simple as a simple conversation can help out a lot.
I think so, man.
So we can roll into. There's probably some liberal cunt who signed off right now, but.
Were you live on something?
No.
You're just saying. Oh, in general. Once they watch it, yeah.
So we're gonna roll into our fan favorite segment. It's called This or That.
Okay.
So I'll ask y'all a question. Y'all take turns. I'll ask y'all both the same question, and then that. So basically, it's this or that. Kind of like Would You Rather is. Part is you just pick one or the other. Kind of let the fans get to know y'all a little bit, right? So
hey fans, I forgot there's fans. People watching this.
Oh God. I want to say fans. I don't.
Thanks for tuning in to the Good Time Podcast and listening to this. Make sure to check out In the Loop.
Yeah, link it out.
Instagram.
Should have said that at the beginning. Link will be in the description. So I want to go ahead and ask y'all. We'll start off with you, Des.
Okay.
Movies or TV shows?
Movies.
Movies?
Yeah, I can't sit there and watch a TV show. So movies, yeah. It's quick.
Okay, what about you? Are you more of a movie or TV show kind of guy?
Movies.
Movies? Both kind of the same? You'd rather sit down and watch a movie than watch a TV show?
Yeah.
Okay, nice. All right, dogs or cats?
Dogs. I don't fucking like cats.
You don't like cats?
No,
dogs.
They shed too much hair. I mean, some dogs do too, but not the dogs I like. Mm-mm.
Okay, same with you, Sam?
Yeah,
you
dogs
like
for sure.
Dogs? Yeah, I mean, cats will fuck you up sometimes too. Dogs are sick.
Bro, my little sister has a cat and it fucking... Bro, when you picked up my brother, it clawed into my fucking collarbone. That shit hurt.
Cats are creepy.
They're fucking...
I mean, yeah, cats are crazy for sure.
Yeah, no.
All right. Would you rather give up social media for the rest of your life or only be able to eat one meal for the rest of your life?
Oh.
Fuck.
One meal a day or one meal?
No, like you only get to eat one food for the rest of your life. One meal.
Oh, one type of meal.
One type of meal.
Oh, okay.
I don't know because
Yeah, I'm a foodie, so fuck that. I'm taking the food. I mean, I'm taking the no social media.
You're getting rid of social media?
Yep.
Okay.
I gotta eat.
now I'll do the food because I don't even really eat anyway, so I don't give a fuck.
So what meal would you choose if you only get to eat one meal for the rest of your life?
Al pastor tacos.
Nice.
Yep.
Okay. Nice.
Nice.
Nice. What social media would it be easiest for you to get rid of?
What social media? OnlyFans.
Okay. What social media would be the
No,
hardest
just
for you to get rid of? The podcast, kind of?
Yeah, for sure.
For sure. Which, fuck, rest in peace if that shit happened. Okay, would you rather know the way you die or know when you die?
Ooh. I've thought about this.
Wait, how I'm gonna die?
How you're gonna die or when you're gonna die?
How
So
I'm
the
gonna
day
die.
you're gonna die or when you're gonna die?
Oh.
We ask hard thinking questions here at the Good Times podcast.
That's a good one, man.
I don't know.
I would say when.
When?
Have you seen that Dana White clip going around where he sees this specialist that could pinpoint the exact day that people are dying?
Fuck.
So Dana White knows that 10 years from now the exact time he's going to die. He said he's got 10 years.
That's fucking terrifying. You know I met Dana White?
Oh, really?
Yeah, that Howlerhead whiskey bottle signed by him.
Oh, sweet, man. Nice.
Yeah, we have a picture with him.
Yeah, there's this clip going around where he's talking about it. So he saw the guy and he got the date.
Yeah, that's crazy.
What the fuck, for real?
Yeah.
And he's like,
He's fine with it. Yeah,
not like the guys like predicted deaths before.
yeah, the guy's legit. Yeah.
So what would you choose?
I guess when. I thought it was like a how, because I would want to know how I'm gonna die.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
Oh, then how? No, how?
How?
Yeah, I don't give a fuck about when. I just want to know how.
See, that's a hard question because it's no matter what, you can't prevent it.
Exactly.
But I'd rather know how, because then. What
if
if you
you're-
could though? What if you could prevent it if you know how? Because what if they say you're gonna get hit by a car,
Here's the thing.
and so you avoid all the
Against
cars?
the rules. That's the one thing I have to say about that. That's against the
Mhm.
rules.
Yeah, exactly. Hell no, the world's crazy. A tornado could pick up a car
Oh fuck!
and throw it into the house that you're hiding in. Bam!
Oh, shit.
Like,
That's true.
so I would rather not try to prevent it and then just let it happen.
that
See,
shit
but
out.
if it's when, it's just like a countdown for the rest of your life. That's
I
why it's so
wouldn't
hard.
want
I wouldn't
that,
want just a
though.
countdown. Just know it. Because then you
There's a countdown happening right now.
But you don't know that.
Yeah, I don't know
Shit.
it. Like I'm good. I'm fucking.
Yeah, but
Nah.
do you know how much time I don't know. I would
Well-
hyper focus. I would hyper focus. So as a hyper productive individual that likes to create, I would want to know when.
Okay.
So I mean every day would be go time.
Yeah, because if it's like in a year, you're like, fuck.
I'm
That's
I'm
just so you can
creating.
prepare or what?
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Stay ready so
prepare
you gotta
too.
get ready.
Yeah, that's right.
All right. Would y'all rather be 20 minutes late? So no matter where you go, you're always 20 minutes late, or no matter where you go, you're always 20 minutes early.
20 minutes early.
Early,
Yeah.
for sure.
Really?
Hell yeah. Punctuality is a big
Yep.
pet peeve of mine.
So that's the thing. I'm a landman, so I don't really gotta run on too tight of a schedule.
Gotcha.
So I've gotten so fucking bad at being late for shit. Okay, here's a good one. Big nerd podcast over here. Big movie podcast. And y'all might not even have an answer. Star Wars or Harry Potter?
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter. Nice. I'm actually reading the books right now. They're pretty freaking good.
Really?
Nice.
I like the movies. Are the
I
books
can't.
more detailed, huh?
They're like this big.
The books are awesome.
Yeah.
They're way more detailed. So you've seen all the Harry Potter movies or most of them?
Yeah, when I was like younger, we used to always watch them.
Yeah,
Like
go through the whole
always.
series. Go through the whole thing. Make a day out of it.
Could y'all recite off the top of your head your favorite Harry Potter movie?
Oh no, nah.
No, I just remember whenever they went on the race underwater. all the teams.
Yeah, the Goblet of Fire.
Yeah,
that's my least favorite Harry Potter movie. Okay, so that wraps up the fan favorite segment, this or that. We're at about an hour and a half. So
oh wow, nice, damn.
I got a little bit more, and then we'll wrap it up. So
well, let me ask you, man. What do you hope to get out of your podcast? Like, truly, man.
A job, a full-time job.
As a podcaster, as an editor, as a producer, because you're doing it all, but you know that it could be segmented and
just be able to do where I can have. Think about like Joe Rogan. Obviously, he's the number one. Like, I'll never get there, but he can have whoever the fuck he wants on, whenever the fuck he wants on. He makes $100,000 per episode.
Yeah, I was about to say that's signed him for $500 million. So that's this right,
mm-hmm.
and then there's this, but there's all of that in between.
Yeah,
you know? Like there's probably others, but $1 million worth of Game, which
mm-hmm.
is a hip hop, they just signed for $100 million.
And then like Call Her Daddy signed for $100 million.
You see what I'm saying, dude? Like, podcasting is a move, baby.
Yeah, that's why I'm trying to fucking grind it. I mean, that's the dream, to be able to do this for a living.
Straight, man.
Be able to have really cool people on and all that. Oh, shit, you reminded me of a question.
Okay.
Both of y'all can go, what would be your dream podcast guest?
Ooh. That's a good question. I don't know. I want Krishan. I don't give a fuck.
Krishan?
Yeah.
All right, Krishan Rock.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Because I'm not thinking about just podcasters. I'm thinking everybody.
Yeah. Oh, you know who it would be? Lucas Mack. He is Jake Paul's breathwork facilitator.
Oh, okay.
And I started following him when he was, I don't want to say a nobody, okay, but
no,
upcoming.
He was 3,000 followers.
Yeah.
And within a 2 or 3 year time frame, you see him doing breath work with Machine Gun Kelly, Jake Paul, all these MMA fighters. And so I got to see him like launch his breath work program and jump into his role type stuff and now become exactly what he wanted to be. So, and he just seems like a really cool guy.
No, that's awesome. That's a really cool one. So, like I said, big movie podcast. What's each of y'all's favorite movie of all time? Like, if you got to throw on one movie, have a good time, what do you got?
Man on Fire.
Damn, for real.
I love that movie so much. Have you seen it?
No,
it has Denzel Washington in it.
Wow, I'm such a...
Basically, he's like
It's better than Taken.
100% better than Taken.
I don't know about that.
Oh, you got to watch it today.
No, you got to watch it, yeah.
Man on Fire?
Man on Fire.
I'll watch it. If somebody tells me about a movie on the podcast, I always watch it.
Yeah,
so if it sucks,
I
don't trust y'all's movie takes.
All right. But yeah, that's mine.
All right.
Do you want to know like summary or no? You want to watch it?
Sorry, what'd you say?
You want to know the summary or you want to watch it?
Let me watch it. Let me leave me to interpretation.
Got it.
Nice.
What do you got, Sam?
I'm gonna have two. One is a Man Apart.
Okay.
With Vin Diesel.
Okay.
Almost similar to where he has to go, and then another one. You know what movie I really like as a kid is the Inside Out.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that is a good movie.
I don't know why.
That's a great kids movie.
I really enjoy it.
Yeah, that is a really good kids movie.
And then I guess a third one. Would you say 3?
Yeah.
Oh, you said 3?
Give me 3.
Damn. I like The Matrix. I like all The Matrix.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, The Matrix are good.
Yeah.
The fourth one was ass, but
yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
That shit was. Low key. I feel like the fourth one they were low key laughing in our faces.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Yeah, for sure.
They're dropping a whole bunch of shit.
Do you think Keanu Reeves is Hubba Bubba?
Is what?
Is hot? You think Keanu Reeves kind of guy or kind of gal?
Yeah, he's pretty.
He's pretty?
No, like he's pretty like yeah, he's
okay.
Yeah.
You're
talking about the main character, right?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I don't fucking...
Each of y'all got one more movie. If y'all had to pick.
I don't really have another one. Because I don't really watch movies like that anymore, so I don't know.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of...
No, actually, there is one more. It's called The Sound of Freedom.
Great movie.
Bro, that movie made me cry, and movies don't make me cry.
Mother? Yeah, but
I still haven't seen that.
It's a... Guillermo del Toro, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And it is actually a depiction of Genesis, but it's a horror movie.
Wow, that's interesting.
You got to watch it. It'll blow your mind. It'll blow your mind when you see
They're putting me on to movies I've never even heard about, so I'll check out all those movies. That's awesome.
Nice.
If y'all have seen any movies this year, what was y'all's favorite movie y'all saw this year?
I just seen
Sound of Freedom. Yeah, I seen that this year.
I didn't watch much, but I just seen Old Guys. I think Bill Burr.
Oh yeah,
on Netflix.
So good,
Bro,
that not
it was
awesome?
It was way better than I thought.
Way better. Bill Burr directed it.
I saw that and he written it, so I was like, oh, he killed this shit. He did it. He did good, man. I liked it.
Wait, does it have to be a movie or can it be a show?
Show. You can give me a show.
Okay, I take that back. Have you seen the show Gotham?
Gotham or the Batman show?
Yes.
I have not seen Gotham.
Bro, that
you
shit
like
is
it?
So good.
You finished it in completion?
Mm-hmm,
Do you really like the Joker in that show?
Mm-hmm. Well, kinda. Not really.
That's a huge hot take in the nerds world. All the nerds love the Joker in that show.
Really? It was okay, but the whole show put all together was fucking hard. Like, and I don't watch shows. I can't sit there and just continuously like, I'm gonna put this episode on, you know. But that show really got me. I don't know why.
Nice.
And they have like a second part. It's called Gotham Knights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a great answer. Great answer.
Thanks. But yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much all I got. If y'all have anything else y'all want to say, we can go ahead and wrap it up.
Keep watching. Thanks for tuning in.
Because I know you watching.
We will launch probably in about 2 weeks. Appreciate the Good Time podcast.
Yeah, for sure. Appreciate y'all.
This was dope, man. You got a really good setup.
Mm-hmm.
And I really liked the conversation.
Me too.
I feel like this was good. Yeah, the questions were good. You did really well,
y'all,
man.
I held a good interview. Y'all felt like?
Oh, yeah, man. No, hell yeah.
I have a future in podcasting.
No, I think so, man.
Hell yeah. That's why when you said you'll never get to Joe Rogan, you caught me off guard because I'm like, why? Like, you can get
Joe Rogan's a fucking goat,
Nah,
dude.
but...
That's like...
Who says you can't become the GOAT? Like...
Well, I appreciate it.
I don't know. We gotta go against Balby Althoff right now. I mean, God damn. When I saw her too come on, I'm like, fuck, she's killing it. Whoever...
Gotta go against the industry plan.
She's killing it, man. Funny Marco, he's really killing it right now, man, Marco's too. Of course, I like Andrew Schultz and them.
Yeah, their podcast is great.
He's killing it. When he brought on that Mexican OT, that shit was funny, man.
Yeah, all his episodes are so
unusual. Funny. Yeah, no, he's good, man. No, I think you. Of course, you already have the work ethic, which is the hardest to.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Integrate, man. So this right here just proves that you're ready for it, man. So, and I think you got a good brand. Truly, I think
good times. Did y'all have a good time?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we had a good time, man.
Mm-hmm. That's the purpose of the name.
No, definitely.
We'll wrap it up there. Go check out In the Loop Productions. They said 2 weeks, or they got multiple artists lined up in the 432. And thank y'all for checking out this episode. We'll be back with another episode coming soon.